boy, is that hot. Woo. So that's a new car.
I don't think it's a new car. I just think she doesn't drive the other one around all the time.
Oh. I was shocked at that cowboy last night.
Oh, talking about the sorry state of young men in America?
Yeah, I think that's so unforgiving for the women, young women. Where are they coming from?
I don't
Where
know.
are they getting all this negativeness toward men?
Don't know. It's unusual, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. I always enjoy the company of men. Some I like better than others, but I never, ever was like these women are. They're coming off the wall. At least I think they are.
Yeah,
It's not because everybody they have a father. They wouldn't be here with their father.
Right.
And he's a man.
Right.
Oh, I don't understand. Somebody's teaching them wrong.
It's been going on for a long time, huh?
Yeah, it's got to stop. Absolutely. Before it's too late.
Sort of shocking to see how they were talking about men.
Yeah. I would say the women are more negative than the men. I've always found the men open-minded.
Uh-huh.
And if they didn't agree with you, they always said so. They weren't dishonest, sneaky, like so many women are. And I can say that because I'm a woman.
Mm-hmm. So when you were growing up, women waited to have relationships with men until they were married, right?
Yeah. Well, we could. It was not permitted. No, it wasn't. Because you might get pregnant.
Right.
That was the biggest deterrent to not have sex before you got married.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't say people didn't do it, but that's something you can't prevent.
Well, you would say that nobody ever bragged about it.
No, that would be saying, would be public knowledge.
How about those women from overseas talking about the situation?
I think they certainly much more broad-minded than we are, the American woman. I don't know why the American woman has put herself on a pedestal, which I think they have.
Uh-huh.
Some of them, not all of them. But I feel sorry for the young women. They probably don't have to react to all this. And when they won't have any boyfriends or nobody asks them, I can't imagine going to a dance and not dancing with all the boys.
Is that what you used to do? Everybody used to dance with everybody else at the parties?
Yeah. What happened to these dances? 1, 2, 3, 4 walls. Andrea, Waltz King. I think that's a delight to see it on TV right now.
So you were first married during World War II?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really, we were always just anxious about them staying alive and not being killed. That's the main thing. And even my brother, Phil Jr., who was in World War II, was a flyboy. The women were welcomed him with open arms. It was quite different.
When do you think it started to change?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You did a lot of entertaining during the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, I did. I'm still entertaining. In an indirect way. Nothing wrong with that. I like people. I enjoy the company, whether it's a man or a woman. I feel comfortable with Bila, talking to them, expressing my opinion. Not that they like it, and I frankly don't care if they like it or not.
What do you think about, what would you say to these new women, these young women who say they can get along without a man and they can make just as much money? And
Well, money is not the issue. It's relationships. You can't buy relationships. You might think you can, but you can't. You have to. It has to be honest and sincere. True. That's the way I feel about it. And if you don't like someone, you don't have to really be around them. That's your choice.
how late did women wait to have a family when you were in your early 20s, when you first?
Middle 20s.
Middle 20s?
Middle 20s. Some earlier. It depends. If you meet someone that you love, it's different.
So they were actually getting married in their teens and in the early 20s? Or just the early 20s?
Yeah, well, some got married early, but most of them were in their 20s, I'd say.
And what would they think of somebody who didn't start their family until they turned 30?
They feel sorry for them. Because as it ends up, people do not realize this, but children really raise you. They demand of you so much that you don't have a chance to get out of it, really. If you're a true mother. And it takes a lot of guts to say no. It takes a lot of guts to discipline
Children?
Yes.
So what was the stigma of say, in the early 40s to being divorced?
I don't know about that. I would recommend it, but divorce has nothing to do with that.
So during the war, so many women lost their husbands in the war. I imagine there were still a lot of women.
They would be hunting for another man.
They'd get another husband right away?
They would be, not immediately, maybe, but they would eventually remarry.
Uh-huh.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing at all.
I don't think anything's wrong with it either. But everybody has a different opinion, and they certainly are privileged to have that. But I think young women, if they're distancing themselves from young men, are making a mistake. Because I think relationships are very important.
And you
not only to you as a human being, but to you as a living individual. We need those relationships.
So when you were working with the bursar's office at UVA, University of Virginia, so that was in the tail end of the 40s, the very beginning of the 50s?
Tail end of the 40s was right after World War II.
Uh-huh. And how was it?
I had lines of veterans who were taking advantage of the education that was offered them. And they were fine young men. I enjoyed talking to them and encouraging them. Sometimes they'd drop by the office and I'd chat with them and encourage them. I said, try it again. If you don't like that, make the change early in your decision of what course you want to take.
So you were helping them get in and
absolutely
and out of classes. And...
Yeah, absolutely. You have to encourage people. And I think that's really what women do best. If they are really a true blue woman, they can make a difference in our society. I think young men can too, but in a different way. And we need that. Our society is desperate right now for people who understand each other. People who accept each other as they are, not as they want them to be, but as they are. And we so seldom ever do that. We always want to change people, which is not a good idea. You might help them in a better direction, but not necessarily. They're entitled to do what they want to do. We forget that, I think. It's just like when y'all were little, I was very, very strict on different things. The three of you. But as you grew older, I let up the string, loosened the string, so to speak. I think that's the secret. A good foundation is very important. A good, honest and dishonest being yes and no. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I still am. I advise my daughter wisely on buying a car. Then I said, in the end, it's your choice.
True.
And that's the way it is. You always have a choice.
All right, I'm going to go in and get our snack.
Oh, boy, do I need it.